So we're going to answer this question before us. Let's begin by giving it a read. It says, in a particular school, 55% of the students are male, 45% are female. Of the male students, 13% say mathematics is their favorite subject, while of the female students, 18% prefer mathematics. Find the probability that a student prefers mathematics given that they are female. Now, there's actually a bit of a trick to this question, and the trick is that you can answer it within seconds because you've been told that of the female students, 18% of them prefer maths. So that is the probability of selecting someone who prefers maths given that they are female is going to be 0.18. So you could answer this question in mere seconds. Now, what you're going to have to do eventually for the other questions anyway is to create a tree diagram. And as we make this tree diagram, you're going to see how this works as well. So let's go through it and explore this in a bit more detail now. Okay, so if we were to do this, you can either select a male student or a female student, and you know that there are 55% males. So 0.55 would be here, and that means the remainder would be 0.45 here. And then from here, you can either prefer maths or not prefer maths. Prefer maths or not prefer maths. Okay, so if you're going to prefer maths and you're a male, we know that's 13%. Of the male students, 13% say they prefer mathematics. So this right here, this is the important part. And this value that we're about to write down here is going to be the probability of you preferring maths given that you're a male. That's what we're about to write here. This is going to be 0.13. And therefore, we can find what this is going to be by simply going 1 minus 0.13. So it's going to be 0.87. So this will be 0.87. And then over here, we would do the same thing. 18% prefer mathematics. So 0.18 goes there. So what we're writing here is the probability of someone preferring maths given that they are female. And then to find what the remainder is, you of course just go 1 minus whatever you've got there. And that's going to be 82. So it would go 0.82. So your answer to this first one is really quite straightforward. It's just going to be that. That's it. That's all you have to do there. So you will have to eventually draw up this tree diagram, but hopefully you can see how you could have answered this really quickly. All right, the next question we have here is the probability that a student selected is female and does not prefer mathematics. Okay, so what is this telling us? This is asking us to find the probability that they are female intersection. That's what that and is telling us. Does not prefer mathematics, so P dash. So to answer this, we come up here now and you would say, all right, if I want to find this, it's simply going to be this one right here. So here, then here. So female and then don't prefer maths. And to find this, what we're going to do, and I'll write it here, is go 0.45 times 0.82. That's what we're going to do here. So that means we're going to be left with 0.45 times 0.82, which is going to leave us with 0.369. And just like that, that is our answer to this part. And I'll even write it in here. What we've just found is the probability of F intersection of P dash, and we've found that by going 0.45 times 0.82. So we've multiplied across there. All right, the next one says the overall percentage of students who prefer mathematics, the overall percentage of the students that prefer mathematics. Okay, so how do we do this? Well, this is going to be, let me keep this colors the same. This is going to be the probability that you prefer mathematics is going to be equal to the probability that you're female and you prefer mathematics, plus the probability that you're male and you prefer mathematics. So we just have to find each of those. So let's go about that. So we'd come up here and we would multiply across this way to get the probability of M intersection of P. So I would go 0.55 times 0.13, 0.55 times 0.13, and that's going to leave me with, have I typed that incorrectly? Yeah, that looks good. 0.0715. And then we would do the same over here. So this right here is going to be FP. So this is the probability that you're female, intersection of that. So that's going to be 0.45 times that. So 0.45 times 0.18. And what's that going to be equal to? Come here, 0.45 times 0.18 is going to be 0.081, 0.0081. So that means we come down here and we get those numbers. So 0.0715. Oh, so have I put these around the wrong way? Wait, which was which? Not that it really matters, but I suppose it does a little bit. No, this was 0.081 plus 0.0715. And when you add those together, so I'm going to take this number, I'm going to add it to this number, and I'm going to get that number out. So I'm going to get 0.1525. Okay, then it says, last one, given that a student, and let's get the highlighter out, does not prefer mathematics, what's the probability that they are male? Okay, so this is asking us to find the probability. What's the probability given that the student does not prefer mathematics? So we're going to find male given they don't prefer mathematics. So that's going to be the probability of M intersection of P dash over the probability of P dash. Okay, then we would come up here and we would say, I need to figure out this one right here. So this would be the probability of M intersection of P dash. So 0.55 times 0.87. What a question, this is so long. 0.55 times 0.87. That's going to leave me with 0.4785. So we'll come down here and we'll go 0.4785. Then we're going to divide that by P dash. Now, P dash is simply going to be 1 minus P, and we know what P is. P is 0.1525. So that means we can come over here now and we can go Control Divide. I want to take this number here and then go 1 minus that number there. And then when I hit Enter, I get that number there. So this means my answer here is going to be 0.565 if I round it to 3 decimal places. And that's my answer. Hopefully you can all understand how it is that I found P dash here. P dash is simply going to be 1 minus what the probability of P is. And we know what the probability of P is because we found it in the previous part. So that's where you've always got to be on guard to see what you've done previously to help you out. But hopefully this has helped you through this question here, and I will see you later.